Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And today, it was okay, wasn't it out there? We did see a peek at the sun at times today as we look down at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley from our jump-off ridge Sky-Fi tower camera. And that pretty much told the story of our afternoon today with some blue sky up top and some lower clouds, and temperatures did stay on the cool side. We do have a chance for maybe some rain showers tonight. That's why we're seeing those dark clouds, or did late this afternoon. And then a break on Friday, and then some snow possibly by the time the weekend rolls around. Our best chance will be off and on through the late afternoon and evening hours of Saturday, possibly into early Sunday morning, but Sunday right now doesn't look too bad. We could see about an inch or two of new snow. It's probably not going to last, though. We have more rain showers to tell you about and some warm temperatures, and we'll do all that a little bit later on in our newscast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An 11-year-old Lake Stevens boy has died from injuries he sustained on December 26th when a vehicle ran over him while he was sledding near Pateros. The State Attorney General's office wants Wenatchee to reconsider its approval of the controversial Black Rock Terrace housing development in the Wenatchee foothills. And if you're feeling under the weather, you're not alone. The flu season has arrived in Chelan and Douglas counties. But first, we begin tonight. This morning's commute was slowed to a crawl due to extremely icy road conditions. Numerous accidents were reported. A tractor trailer jackknifed on Highway 2 about 2 miles east of Dryden, causing a big traffic backup but no injuries. Washington State Patrol Trooper John Bryant says the freezing rain was expected.
National Weather Service gave us the heads-up warning that this icy conditions, freezing rain was going to come through. We just weren't sure of the exact areas. We kind of knew it'd probably be up in our area in Wenatchee and up in Okanagan, up towards Okanagan counties. Down south of us, it was nice and dry. But when it came, it really got the road slippery pretty quickly. Most motorists did fairly well, but we had a few collisions in spots that we didn't need to, especially for the amount of traffic that goes through. The biggest one being the semi that rolled over onto its side near Dryden, blocking all lanes of westbound State Route 2. Just lost control, and if you got something that big and carrying a load, losing control, it's not going to do well. It didn't.
The icy conditions also forced a 2-hour late start for classes in the Wenatchee, Cashmere, Cascade, and Manson school districts, and a 4-hour delay in the Orondo school district as bus transportation was delayed. An 11-year-old Lake Stevens boy has died from injuries he sustained December 26th when a vehicle ran over him while he was sledding near Pateros. Tyson Kane had been at Sacred Heart Hospital in Spokane since the accident. Kane reportedly was sledding on city streets in Pateros during a snowstorm when the accident occurred and the boy was struck at an intersection. The Lake Stevens community rallied behind the boy as he fought for his life at the hospital. That included a GoFundMe page that has raised more than $17,000 to help the family with expenses. The State Attorney General's office wants Wenatchee to reconsider its approval of the controversial Black Rock Terrace housing development in the Wenatchee foothills. Writing on behalf of the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, the AG's office said the city hearing examiner's December 14th approval of the subdivision relied on clear mistakes as to material fact and clear error as to the law, which should be corrected in the interests of justice. Steve and Tanya Tramp, the owners of the property, have proposed a 17-home development on 13 acres of sloping property in the 17,000 block of Skyline Drive. The state said concerns about how the development would affect Rocky Mountain mule deer habitat have not been adequately addressed. Suzanne Hartman, who is part of a homeowners group that's been fighting the proposed subdivision, said the state's involvement gives opponents more time to decide how to proceed. The deadline for appealing hearing examiner's Andy Kottkamp's approval of development had been Friday. Hartman said remedies suggested by the state would essentially end the development at this location. Fish and Wildlife says there would be more than 10 acres of valuable mule deer winter forage habitat lost if the development goes through. The department through the Attorney General's office is demanding a series of mitigation efforts, including different landscaping, shielding of lights, additional and higher fencing, signage, and personal liability for homeowners. Well, if you're feeling under the weather, you're not alone. The flu season has arrived in Chelan and Douglas counties. Public Health District Administrator Barry Kling tells us more.
We're getting reports from providers that people are coming in with the flu and having positive flu tests. The other source of information, or one other, is schools, but of course they've just come back into session, so we don't have recent data on that. But basically, it's here. It's in the community. Certainly, it's liable to get worse before it gets better. Our seasons usually peak in January, sometimes February or a little later. So anybody who doesn't have a flu shot, there's still time to get it before the peak of the season is reached. We certainly haven't reached a peak yet.
Flu symptoms include fever, chills, muscle aches, cough, congestion, runny nose, headaches, and fatigue. Coming up next, Mark Straub was sworn into office Wednesday as Douglas County's newly elected commissioner. The Wenatchee School Board met in closed session today to review the list of candidates who've applied for a vacant board position. And NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson will be in to fill us in on what's happening around the valley this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Thanks to the help I received at Goodwill,
I have a job. I'm working now. Thanks to Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to get you back to work. When you donate to or shop at Goodwill, you're really helping people find work.
Thank you.
Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Antique Mall at Cashmere wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone. For repurposing projects, do-it-yourselfers, and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, this is the place to find your next project. Antique Mall at Cashmere, their friendly staff is here to help you. Stop on by today.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Welcome back. In another news, Mark Straub was sworn into office Wednesday as Douglas County's newly elected commissioner. Straub succeeds Straub-Jenkins, who retired after serving 3 terms as District 3 commissioner. NCWLIFE's Steve Hare talked to both of them at Wednesday's swearing-in ceremony in Waterville.
Congratulations, first of all. Are you ready to hit the ground running?
Thank you, sir. I am. I'm really looking forward to it. Have some big shoes to fill, but I'm looking forward to it.
So, Steve, it's been quite a career for you.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the highlights.
You know, there's so many, it'd be hard to pick them. Every day's a challenge, so, you know, it's just a great group to work with, and it's nice serving the public, and hopefully go out with doing some sort of good.
So what are the plans going forward for you?
Fishing, grandkids, just whatever my wife says.
Writing a book, maybe?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Well, of course, I'm sure that you have some sage advice that you've shared with the incoming commissioner.
Well, the only thing of it is just do what his heart feels is right, and if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. He's very bright. He'll do a good job.
Okay. Is, generally speaking, no a good answer for a commissioner?
No. It's not. You know, you try to do your best. Every decision you make, you affect somebody. And everybody gets affected in a negative in some way. And you try and minimize that and just do the best you can for the majority of Douglas County.
Straub's 3rd district encompasses the mostly rural northern part of Douglas County. Well, the Wenatchee School Board met in closed session today to review the list of candidates who've applied for a vacant board position. 14 people have applied for the position that became open with the sudden resignation of Walter Newman in November. District spokeswoman Diana Haglund says the board met at 10 a.m. at the district headquarters to select the finalists to invite to interview on Friday, January 4th. They are Karina Vega Villa, Martin Barron, Jaylene George, Alma Chacon, and Emmy England. Interviews are scheduled to be held starting at 5 p.m. at the Wenatchee School District's central office. Well, time now for NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson to fill us in on what's happening around the valley this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Friday is First Friday at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center from 10 to 8. Admission is free all day starting at 10 on the first Friday of every month, and hours are extended to 8 with light refreshments and snacks offered after 5. The Ski Rennen Nordic race is happening this Saturday from 8 to noon at the Leavenworth Golf Course. This is a fun race day for all ages and abilities. Register online by 5 p.m. this Friday. Join the museum for a free art class this Saturday from 11 to noon to create a colorful confectionery still life. Children 4 to 11 and their guardians are encouraged to attend monthly art lessons with artist in residence, Rick Adams. These free art classes will be held in Coyote's Corner. Head to the Town Toyota Center this Saturday from 11 to 5 for the 2019 bridal premiere. There will be free admission, door prizes, and a fashion show by Katrina's Wedding Boutique. And finally, the Follies kickoff party is this Saturday at 7 p.m. The Follies show is a spectacular variety show featuring local talent, sponsored by local businesses and individuals, and directed by the amazing Jamie Donegan. The party gives you a month before the show to become familiar with the theme and what musical numbers are available to participate in. Auditions will be held on Sunday at the Numerica Performing Arts Center at 1 p.m. and are open to the public at large, and no one is turned away. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Everything we do is about delivering very high quality care and keeping our patients safe.
We really work as a team here, and so that's really what makes it worthwhile.
I give 100% every day, and I do that because I work for a company that I believe gives 100% back to me.
The bottom line is we genuinely care about our employees.
It is the most incredible place to work, and you will be inspired every day.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today, NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson introduces us to Shella the dog.
Hey guys, Megan here from the NCWLIFE channel. We are here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us this week is Shella. Can you tell us about Shella?
Yes, Shella is a 4-year-old female dog. She'd be best in a home that wants to go hiking and hang out with her. If you're not hiking and you have to work all day, she'd be perfect to hang out by herself. She obviously loves balls. She can be inside and entertain herself. She's an affectionate girl. She loves to play. She has lived with a male dog before, but we do not recommend small dogs or cats for her unless it was with careful introduction. But she would love to have her person.
And if someone wants to adopt her, what should they do?
They should come visit her at the Wenatchee Humane Society. It'd be best to come meet her first, and then you fill out an application, and she's ready to go.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Kennel Cameos is supported in part by Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth. Not only does the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory have great house-made fudge and super delicious candy and caramel apples, but they also have great doggy treats for your four-legged friends, located at 636 Front Street in Leavenworth. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. But before we get to all the details, and there's a lot to get to tonight, let's take a look outside our weather window and take a look at what we saw this afternoon. Late this afternoon, this looking down from Jump Off Ridge, our Sky-Fi tower camera there, and you can see a very thin line of clouds right over the Wenatchee Valley. Some thicker clouds in the mid-levels, and then blue sky and high cirrus clouds well above us this afternoon. But we could see some rain showers beginning tonight, and boy, it's a wet period as we move from now all the way through the weekend and into the first part of next week. Temperature-wise, about like yesterday, about where we should be for this time of year. Our high temperature this afternoon, 34 degrees. We thought we might get into the upper 30s, but that low cloud deck just kept our temperatures down. It wasn't a bad start to our morning at 27 degrees. Other than all of that ice. Wasn't that something as we got in our cars to make that morning commute this morning? 32 is our normal high temperature. 23 is our normal low. 1963, the year for our record high. That was 51 degrees. Our record low, 1993 at 1 below zero. We only picked up a trace of new moisture from all of that freezing rain overnight, and that means a trace so far this year. But boy, it was enough to make things very slippery this morning. Sunrise this morning was at 7:48 and the sun set this afternoon at 4:23. As we put things in motion and show you what to expect, tonight at 10 o'clock, we will see cloudy skies. We've actually gone up from a 30% chance of rain tonight to a 50% chance of rain. That was late this afternoon, so expect maybe some rain showers as this system continues to push to the north and bring in a few of those showers. You can see the low pressure area by tomorrow will be up in British Columbia, so mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. A weak warm front will move through and we will see temperatures into the lower 40s for Friday. It should be a nice one. Saturday then, the start of some more storminess. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, mostly cloudy, a 30% chance for snow. Doesn't show a lot here by Saturday afternoon, but by Sunday, things intensify somewhat. Mostly cloudy skies and mild temperatures. We'll see isolated showers Sunday as this flattened area of low pressure begins to develop, and that will move a little bit closer to us, especially by Monday. You can see it's much more developed, and that will bring shower activity right into north central Washington. Chance for snow during the day on Monday, a 60% chance. We will be cooler because of that storm system as well. And then as we move to Tuesday at 2 p.m., still pretty unstable around north central Washington. Cloudy, a 60% chance of rain and snow. This system pushes up into British Columbia. This area of low pressure just kind of stays stable for now, and that will push into the Great Basin area by the middle of next week. But expect a lot of stormy, unstable weather as we move through the weekend, early next week, and even into the middle of next week. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight, we will drop down. Check out that overnight low temperature, 34 degrees. It was 27 this morning, and that's because of all that cloud cover we'll see tonight. Mostly cloudy and warmer. A beautiful 44 degrees for a high temperature on Friday. We'll cool down about 9 degrees on Saturday as that next round of storminess moves in. About a 30% chance for snow on Saturday. Saturday night, that will probably change over to a rain-snow mix as we begin to warm warm up on Sunday. Some isolated snow possible then. And then as we kick off our next work week, Monday, snow is likely. We'll see cloudy skies and 34. Cloudy with rain and snow showers Tuesday too, with a high temperature of 38 on Tuesday. And by Wednesday, mostly cloudy, isolated snow showers with a high on Wednesday of 41. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday. The Wenatchee and Eastmont bowling teams share the same home alley, the practice times, and statewide prominence for program success. On Wednesday, they also shared unified support for a fellow bowler who's been diagnosed with cancer.
The ladies lining up here in front of us, and you see the all holding hands here.
We stand united as students, as athletes, as parents, as coaches, as friends, as families, as a community. We are united in our support for each other through trials and tribulations.
Not a specific reference there, but the reference obvious enough in support of Hannah Johnson.
So prior to the Big 9 match at Eastmont Lanes, bowlers, coaches, and fans alike shared a moment in support of Wenatchee sophomore Hannah Johnson. She and her family learned over the holiday break that Hannah has thyroid cancer. For Johnson, just another day at the Lanes as she rolled a 188 and 203 to help lead Wenatchee to a 3-1 win over Eastmont in the match. Coach Jeff Levitt admitted there was more emotion than usual in the high-stress match versus their Cross River rival.
As a team, we really tried to kind of help each other deal with kind of the emotion that's going on. Our love goes out to the Johnson family and Hannah in particular, and knowing Hannah, and I could say this about any one of the girls on my team, they would not want it to be about them, and Hannah expressly said that. And so I thought that the pregame show of solidarity between the programs and the coaches about the fight against cancer, because everybody's been affected by this disease, was really very nice. And Christy did a great job of putting that out there. And I said, look, girls, once we start rolling, it's time to beat the Wildcats. And that's exactly what Hannah wanted, and that's exactly what our team wanted. And any girl on our team would say the same thing.
The Panthers won the first game 9-34 to 8-27 behind a 232 from sophomore Kyla Hankins. She and captain Jessica Holbrook joined me to talk about the emotional afternoon.
We talked about how we were just going to come together and not worry about everything that's on the outside besides going against Eastmont and trying to win.
From your perspective, I mean, I know you guys want to get this win. You got the win here today. Is that a sigh of relief or what is it?
It's just like joy. It's really grateful, and it's amazing for us to win it again.
Now, we didn't talk much about what's going on with Hannah for obvious reasons. I mean, she's got her hands full with that. But, I mean, you guys got the bling on, you got the ribbons on, not just Wenatchee, but Eastmont too. What does that mean for you guys?
It brings us together in the community and all the parents and coaches and everything.
Eastmont came back and won the final Baker 221-171. Senior Sky Wilson says it gives them confidence moving forward despite the loss to Wenatchee.
It was a good game. We haven't bowled like a Baker game over 200 in a while, and so it felt like really good. And then we all came together as a team, and we just pepped ourselves up, and we just did what we had to do.
With Jeremy Anders doing the broadcast here today, we noticed that you were changing balls on different lanes and things like that. Was it a matter of the lane? Was it a matter of you, or what was it today for you?
It was like the lane. Like sometimes like the lanes can be too different. Like one could hook more than the other one, and just 7 just hooked more than 8 did, and I hooked enough that I had to change balls.
Wenatchee improved to 8-1 with a win, remained tied with Eisenhower for first place in the Big Nine. Eastmont dropped to 5-4 with the loss. Coming up on the prep schedule for today, first of all in wrestling, Cashmere hosting Chelan, Omak, and Cascade in the double duel. That is underway. We'll be at the mat side at Wenatchee High School tonight as the Panthers host West Valley at 7. I'll be providing your play-by-play live right here on the NCWLIFE channel. North Central B League teams get back into basketball schedule tonight for the first on the girls' side. Wilson Creek at Cascade Christian, Entiat hosting Pateras, Brewsters at Manson, and Waterville Mansfield playing host to Bridgeport. All those games at 6. Same schedule for the boys, just different start times, as it is 7:30 tip time. Wilson Creek at Cascade Christian, Pateras at Entiat, Manson hosting Brewster, and Bridgeport at Waterville Mansfield. In the pool earlier today, it was Eastmont getting things warmed up. They'll be hosting a big event coming up tomorrow. They were hosting West Valley. Seahawks running back Chris Carson has been named the NFC Offensive Player of the Month for the month of December. Carson, who in Week 16 became the Seahawks' first 1,000-yard rusher since Marshawn Lynch, rushed for 516 yards and 5 touchdowns and 103 carries in 5 December games. Seahawks went 4-1 in that stretch. Meanwhile, the Seahawks preparing to take on Dallas Saturday night in the NFC wildcard game. Coach Pete Carroll says it's important with so many new players that they coach up the basics.
We have a number of guys that haven't been in the playoffs before, and so we're working through and making sure that they understand, how we approach it and how we're doing it, and staying to our business and making sure we put together a great week. This is a really good matchup. I hope we can play worthy of it. These guys do all of the things that we admire in a team. They run the ball, they got balance, they take care of the football, they play good defense, they're good on special teams. They've got guys that can really step up and make plays. So it's a really good matchup for us, and I'm excited to see if we can go ahead and get a great week's work and take it to Dallas for Saturday night.
Seattle and Dallas met on Week 3 of the season with the Seahawks coming out on top 24-13. Both teams struggled early in the season, came back strong to reach the playoffs. Carroll says he sees the similarities.
We both started slowly, and then somewhere in there we kind of found a little bit of our stride. These guys put together 7 out of 8, to finish off the season. We had a nice little run ourselves, so they're not that much different. We're not that much different, but really the way we have formatted our team play, I think both teams have done well to this point.
Seattle and Dallas kick off Saturday night at 5:15 on Fox. That's Sports News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station.
I am Dan Coots. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We got news, we got sports, we got weather, we got obscure holiday, today in history, birthdays. Those actresses from the 70s that I had a huge crush on: Lindsay Wagner, Jane Russell, Meryl Streep, Barbara Bush. Wanted to wish her a happy birthday. It gave me an excuse to throw her picture up on my show. Exclusive distributors of Life Water, now available in the shatterproof plastic bottle.
Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, mornings at 7 o'clock on the NCW Life Channel.